Good evening and welcome to the Monday, May 22nd, 2017 Administrative and Public Works Committee. We have a quorum. Is there a motion to approve the April 24th, 2017 minutes?
Move approval.
It's been properly moved. Do we have a second?
Second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Items for consideration. Alderman Fleming, will you please take item A1 and A2?
Item A1 is payroll, April 17th, 2017 through April 30th, 2017 for the amount of $2,787. Sorry, $2,787,932.84. A2, City of Evanston bills for May 23rd, 2017, $3,779,388.33. Credit card activity for period ending March 31st, 2017, $210,457.95. I'd like to make a motion for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Alderman Suffredin.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. In my work on legislative matters in the Illinois General Assembly, I occasionally work on behalf of Amazon. I understand that the city makes item-by-item purchases from Amazon and to assist city operations. While I do not believe that my work on behalf of Amazon presents a conflict of interest with respect to the bills list approvals, and these purchases are small item, small price purchases, I will abstain from voting on the bills list agenda item. The abstention on all city bills list votes in this committee and with the city council will be an ongoing abstention during my tenure on the Evanston City Council. I am publicly announcing such abstention and the reasons for it pursuant to Council Rule 11.1. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Rainey. Questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk about the APC stores doing business as bumper to bumper. I really I've asked now several times. I really appreciate that there are 43 individual invoices and that it's just a lot of trouble for them to itemize it. But I find that it's a lot of trouble for me over the last 40 years to have paid a tax bill every year. And it's a lot of trouble for me to come here, you know, like 3 times a week. It's a lot of trouble for me to do a lot of things. I want to see the itemized bill.
Who's got
And
that?
I'm, you know, I mean, we're talking $2,000-$3,000
Right.
every bills list.
Who's got that?
This is not our staff's fault.
Okay.
I want to see, if they don't want to go through the trouble of giving us an itemized bill, then don't bid on the job. I want to see the itemized bill. This is exactly the kind of thing where, you know, who knows? I mean, $225, $268, I want to see the bill. I've asked 3 times now. I want to see the itemized bill. To me, this is not an itemized bill.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, we will
Hurry.
make that change and we will get an itemized bill for the next bills list.
Do that, please.
All right.
If you have to put it all on the credit card, fine, put it all on the credit card. We can see the itemization on the credit card.
Thank you. Seeing no more lights, are there any other questions regarding the bills list? Okay. All those in favor, ready to vote on item A1 and A2, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Alderman Rainey, item 3.1.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item is requesting approval to authorize the manager to execute a contract for construction services related to the main library underground garage upgrade Phase 2 with Reliable and Associates Construction Company in the amount of $198,000. Funding is from the Parking Services Fund.
Is there a second?
I can second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Alderman Rainey.
I realize this is a second phase, and probably this discussion didn't happen in the first phase, because I don't remember. But who owns that garage?
Is
The
Ricky,
library
Mr.
now
Voss?
owns the library, right? And I'm wondering, do we go down there and collect the money out of the pay station? How do we separate ownership of the parking garage from the library?
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Alderman Rainey, Rick Voss, Parking and Fleet Manager. We do the collections, and we own the pay station, and we collect the rents, so to speak, for those parking spaces below the library. And I'm not going to speak for facilities management, but I believe they do some of the maintenance through the library on that facility. So this is why we make the repairs out of the parking fund.
But who owns the parking facility? Who owns the spaces?
I'd actually have to get research and get an answer for you on that, exactly who owns that. But I still believe it's under city property, by the city of Evanston, as with the library.
But the library owns the building.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no,
The
no.
library
I
does
have,
not own the building, I don't think.
Ms. Lyons, do you want to come forward, please, just to clarify it? Thank you.
Good evening, Chair, members of the City Council. Both the main library and the North Branch are property that is owned by the City of Evanston. We operate the properties, but the city owns the properties.
do you pay us to be in the library?
We pay the City of Evanston $250,000 a year for associated support and expenses, and at least for the main library and the North Branch, we are the ones through our library fund that are doing the maintenance and the upkeep of the facilities. The parking is separate, and the parking is managed and paid for by the parking fund.
But as far as rental, there's no rental, or are there any outstanding bonds on that library?
We are close to retiring the bonds that were sold 23 years ago for the main library, but we are continuing to retire those bonds again through the library fund.
But the library fund, that was my question.
That's
You are
correct.
paying that.
We are paying the bonds, that's correct.
So probably those bonds are also paying for the parking garage.
The parking garage is being paid through the parking fund. We don't collect any of the funds. We're going to manage this project in conjunction with Ricky and the parking fund, but the parking garage is owned, operated, and they retain all of the revenue that's collected.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I would like to get information about what happens when those bonds are retired. How is the relationship between the library board and the city going to change regarding the space in that building? How's that what's going to happen?
Perfect. Would you like that to come back to committee at our next meeting?
No,
Or
no
just
rush.
email?
I don't even need it the next meeting.
Perfect.
Just sometime before those bonds expire.
Mr. Voss, is that something you can follow up, please? Perfect. Thank you. All right. Seeing no more lights, this is for action 3.1. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Simmons, item A 3.2, or did I skip someone? Sorry. Alderman Suffren, A 3.2.
This item is an agreement with Continental Electrical Construction Company for solar panel installation at Levy Center. It's in the amount of $62,700,
And it's for action.
and it's for action.
Thank you.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Seeing no lights, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Alderman Simmons, item 3.3.
Change order number 2, engineering services agreement with Clark Dietz Incorporated for Fleetwood Jourdain Center HVAC and electrical improvements. Staff recommends City Council authorize the city manager to approve change order number 2 for engineering services related to Fleetwood Jourdain Center HVAC and electrical improvements project with Clark Dietz Incorporated in the amount of $18,700. This will increase the contract amount from $93,997 to $112,697 and extend the contract completion deadline from March 31st, 2017 to March 31st, 2019. Funding will be provided from the Capital Improvement Program. This is for action.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions?
Oh, yes. I believe this was originally approved in 2016, and I would like to understand why the contract and work is going to be extended through 2019.
Who's got that? Someone here from facilities? Oh, Laura? Okay, great.
Honored members of the committee, my name is Laura Biggs. I am the Bureau Chief of Capital Planning and Engineering. So as we were originally planning on doing the work and then we were required to rebid it, we're actually still working out the details of exactly when the bid is going to go out because of restrictions in using the Fleetwood Jourdain facility related to upcoming celebrations with the 50th anniversary of FAM. So because of that, the work could continue. We're still working that out through the end of 2018, and we are trying to give the engineer also time to close out the punch list and do the shop drawing or the as-built drawing work.
Okay.
But it may be done sooner. We're still working with the Parks and Rec Department to finalize the schedule.
I hope that we would prioritize it. Additionally, when it went to rebid, I saw there was only one bid submitted. How were those? How was that bid invitation sent out?
The bid invitation was sent out to approximately 60 contractors, and we also advertise it publicly as well on Demand Star and in the Pioneer Press, but we directly send the invitation to bidders through our purchasing department to 60 contractors in HVAC and electrical work. But for a variety of reasons, we did not receive, we only received the one bid. And one thing that we heard back was simply that there was a lot of other work being bid at the same time, that contractors that might choose to bid on our work were working on other things. We'd actually delayed the bid receipt a couple of weeks in order to try to work around that, but just was not effective. Since then, we've looked at how we're structuring the bid as we go out to bid again to try to make it simpler for contractors to bid.
So I understand that the bathrooms are approved for renovations?
That contract is out to bid right now, and we're waiting to receive the bid proposals, I think, tomorrow. And then we will have, but that is being done separately than the HVAC and electrical work.
So we are going to hold the work until after FAM has their celebrations this year?
That's what we're negotiating. While they're doing this work, they are not utilizing the whole building. The work is being staged, and so we're trying to work with Parks and Rec to determine if we can proceed with doing some of the work while FAM is still ongoing, particularly as they're tailing off earlier or in early 2018 with their celebration, while being able to maintain and stay out of the sections of the building that they're using.
Okay, thank you.
Alderman Fleming.
Laura, this might also be for you. So regarding the Clark and Dietz contract, I don't see it in my packet, but how does that, do they qualify for their MWEBE or the local improvement hiring?
So in terms of local improvement program,
local employment
program, that is applicable only to construction trades work, so professional services usually do not comply. I'm actually going to ask Stephanie Levine to come up and talk about their compliance with the MWEBE program.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Stephanie Levine with the Public Works Agency. Unfortunately, I don't have the information ready for you. We'll have to get back to you with their specific level of compliance with regard to the MWEBE.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I was hoping she knew. But we will answer that. We'll get that to you shortly.
All right. All good questions. Seeing no other lights, all those in favor of all those in favor of passing item A3.3, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Alderman Fleming, item A3.4.
Coming, got it, my paper's out of order. Sorry, guys,
It's all
I'm
right.
new.
Do you want me to take it?
No, I'll get it. Just give me 1 second. 3.4, Resolution 33-R-17, Northwestern University easement agreement for proposed conduit build of fiber optic cables at 4 locations. This is for the amount of $186,089.65 to be paid for out of the Capital Improvement Fund. This is for action.
Which one did you read?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's all right.
sorry.
Which one did she read? She didn't.
I did A4. I thought that's what you said.
Oh, that's all right. We'll take it. And we'll come back. Yeah. All right. It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Seeing no lights, all those in favor of voting on item A4, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Alderman Rainey, do you want to come back and take item 3.4, please?
A34. This is a single source purchase of 5 Kale Web Terminal Pay Stations from Total Parking Solutions. We're being asked to authorize the city manager to execute a contract for single source purchase from Total Parking Solutions in the amount of $46,050 for downtown Evanston on Sherman Avenue. It includes all equipment, installation, and a 1-year warranty. This is from the Parking Fund Business Unit, and this evidently is because the parking meters that I dearly love
Right.
evidently are just not working correctly.
2 years later, right? 4 years later? Jesus.
Could we have a little discussion?
Yeah. Mr. Voss, I had a couple of questions on that, too.
I'll move approval.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second
Second.
for discussion? Thank you. Alderman Rainey, let you go first.
No, I just would like
Oh.
to hear, I mean, I
Yeah.
did read about the batteries and how overburdened our parking people are replacing them and pulling them out and sending them.
Do we get a refund? Jesus. Mr. Voss.
Good evening again. Alderman Rainey, what this really involved was we took a hard look at how the single-head meters are working and the number of complaints we've had to address over the period of time. And though they've improved service tremendously, we're finding that due to the increase in credit card usage, we've had to expend more time and effort in replacing batteries, finding new batteries, because though they're solar powered, these batteries are proprietary to these meters. I can't go out and just, purchase these batteries to help back up the system. So what's happened in the long run then is we're spending more time in maintenance and collection. And we believe that it would be better if we use the pay stations in the same application. Though the costs kind of equal out, the biggest advantage to the pay stations are the back office or credit card fees that are associated with the
5
single-head
cents.
meters, where they're rolled in to the package of the Calais web office. So there's a savings in that way. I can't tell you exactly what the savings is, but based on current rates, it's anywhere between 2.5 and 4% on credit card fees from the credit cards that are used. So we could be gaining there, and also the fact they're easier to maintain with single batteries. And now with the advent of a lot of people using the Passport app to gain, putting in a pay-by-space application will be beneficial for them also, that they don't have to walk to the meter anymore if they have that app and then go on their way.
Well, the reason I was so surprised about this is we've recently had discussions about how much more money we're generating from these.
Right.
meters because people pay the whole amount, and, you know, that we've really made a lot more money. People aren't getting so many tickets, and so this was kind of a surprise. Is Sherman Avenue mainly the problem area? Are we finding the problem elsewhere?
We believe, and this is, Ms. Starley and I both believe that putting them on Sherman will give us a better insight of how successful these meters could be elsewhere within the city.
No, but I mean, the meters that we're replacing, are they the problematic meters more so than these very meters elsewhere?
I think that's probably based on use, if I remember what I
Mr. Chair,
read.
members of the
Yeah.
committee, that is correct. The usage is highest in that area, and the more the credit card meter gets, or the credit card meter gets used, the more it fails. Because every time the credit card is run, there's communication back to then run the transaction. Typically, when we have credit card transactions, they get queued in other applications where at the end of the day, you run the whole batch and the credit card gets charged for all of them, and we are running that communication back one time. When the meters are used, it runs back every single time the credit card is swiped. So every time it's swiped, it's running back, and then that's how the battery's draining. We've worked extensively with the vendor to see if we could alleviate this problem in some way. We know other communities are experiencing it. Their answer to us was, we have a new meter coming out, and if you buy this other meter, it runs on a lower voltage network, and that helps with the batteries. But that was not a satisfactory answer to us, because every time we experience an issue related to these meters, it's always, there's another product coming down the line that we want you to buy. So that's not in the best interest of the consumer. We are seeing these meters fail in other parts of town where we also see high usage, but we want to get as much return on the investment as we can. So I see this as a possibility of slowly moving to places where we have the highest usage, put in the pay boxes, see how well they work. The Passport app, the cell phone mobile pay, has been increasingly popular. Every month we see more and more transactions through the mobile app, and every time we go to the trade shows, that's what we see as the future. They tell us, you know, driverless cars in 10 years and no more pay boxes or pay stations. Everybody will just use their cell phone. Well, we don't know that to be for sure, and who knows what will happen in the future, but we do see it on a routine basis that people are using that mobile app more and more. And if we can provide a mechanism for people to do it easier, we'd like to do that.
But it is just a horrible advertisement, you know, use our product, the more you use it, the worse it works, you know.
Right. And the more we pay.
Agreed.
I guess, are you finished, Alderman Rainey? Sorry. So my concern is I'm looking at the $7,500 that we pay for repair. So we paid $500 per meter, and then on top of that, for the last 4 months, we paid $7,500. In addition to that, they still continue to take whatever that 35 cents is per transaction. So my concern is we're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to pay for our repairs. Isn't that something that should be covered under some maintenance contract?
The warranty on the product has run out. We did budget money for an extended warranty on the meters.
Right.
We put that in the budget for 2017. But after what we saw in terms of the amount of failure and the cost to repair, and comparing that against just purchasing a new meter, it's not a good business decision, because you're paying more to extend the life of something that we already know is failing. So the cost wasn't really something that was prudent. I think it was to cover all of the meters in the city, which is around 1,700. Do you remember off the top of your head what the warranty cost was for that extension?
Warranty costs would have been, with that extension, would have been $389 per meter per
Yeah.
month at 1,736 meters.
Do the
That
math
was
on
just the
that.
extension.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's why Starley and I had a lot of discussions on the direction we believe that the city needs to go moving forward.
Just keep doing the math, Mr. Voss, just keep doing the math. All right. Seeing no other lights, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 3.5, Alderman Suffredin.
This is an authorization to renew a line of credit of $7.2 million with First Bank and Trust, and it's for action.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Alderman Simmons, item 8.5.
Resolution 40-R-17, accepting funds from the Illinois Housing Development Authority's Abandoned Residential Property Program. Staff recommends City Council adoption of Resolution 40-R-17, accepting a grant from the Illinois Housing Development Authority's Abandoned Residential Property Municipal Relief Program. IHDA has provided $75,000 in funds to address property maintenance issues at vacant and abandoned properties. Funds will be provided through an account approved by IHDA. This is for action.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. I could already anticipate the lights. Sarah, is this yours? Ms. Flax? Oh, come on up. Yeah. Kind of excited about this. Do you want to ask your question, Alderman Fleming? Please.
Good day, honorable members of committee. I'm Ike Obo, interim assistant director to the Health and Human Services Department.
Want to give us a quick little overview of the grant, then Alderman Fleming has a question. Just a quick little overview.
Okay, sure. So we've been approved for $75,000 in regards to maintenance and upkeep of abandoned properties or vacant properties that we have in Evanston. This is the second time that we are being awarded this money. We were awarded this money in 2014 for the same purpose of upkeep of properties, abandoned properties, cutting of grasses. If demolition is needed, removal of debris from abandoned property, vacant property. So that's pretty much the overview of the program.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. So my question is based on the listing you gave us here in the packet of the abandoned properties we currently have. How long, or maybe you can speak since you had the grant before in 2014, how long do you estimate the funds lasting?
Well, they give us a time frame of 2 years. So within those 2 years, we're supposed to spend the amount of money that is awarded to us. So within those 2 years, $75,000, I'm sure that we'll be able to spend that. I mean, there are some properties that need to be demolished. There's some number of properties where we have an issue. So spending the $75,000 wouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. I guess I was concerned to see if the money was running out, but it seems like it's not. So thank you.
All right. Seeing no other lights. Oh, oops. I'm sorry. I didn't see
Okay,
your light.
is it up now?
Yep, you're good.
If there is a property that needs to be demolished, can it go through, does the blighted property program and this abandoned property program work together?
Well, with this program, it pretty much caters to residential homes, 1 to 6 units. In regards to the blight property, I think Sarah Flax would be able to
That's what I was
talk
calling her
more
up for,
about
to
that.
explain the difference between the two program initiatives.
Good evening, members of the committee. Sarah Flax, Housing and Grants Administrator. The blight reduction program is nowhere near as effective a program as the abandoned properties program. And the key reason is, in order to demolish any properties through blight reduction, we have to get clear title. And that is, frankly, a nightmare. Many of the properties we've been working on have unpaid back taxes and penalties, and some are just in limbo. We're actually tracking down a HUD house that we think could be eligible for demolition that we haven't even been able to get hold of the right people on, but we will keep working on that. So, thank you.
Seeing no other lights, all those in favor of item A5, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Alderman Fleming, item A6.
Item A6 is a resolution 49-R-17, authorizing the city manager to enter into a parking lease agreement with Target Corporation at the city parking garage located at 821 Davis Street in Sherman Plaza. This is for action.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any other questions or comments? Seeing no lights, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Alderman Rainey, item A7.
You're being asked to recommend approval of ordinance 43-017, decreasing the number of Class D liquor licenses for Bistro Bordeaux at 618 Church Street due to the fact that they are now closed and not renewing their license. We're recommending introduction and action requiring suspension of the rules, and I therefore move approval.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Seeing no lights, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Are there any items for discussion?
Nope,
Items for communication?
nope.
Before we adjourn, I just want to wish my mother, Veronica Braithwaite, a happy birthday. And then announce the the Planning and Development meeting will start at 7 o'clock. Is there a motion to adjourn?
7:15.
We can't start at 7.
Huh?
Pardon me, edit that, 7:15. Oh, well. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.